Let's begin with a big story that we're tracking this Monday morning. The BJP cracking the whip against spokesperson Nupur Sharma for a comment she'd made a week ago on Prophet Muhammad. Now, she had in fact made extremely controversial remarks against Prophet Muhammad that triggered protests and condemnations worldwide. Arab countries, including Qatar, Kuwait and Iran, summoned Indian ambassadors and denounced the controversial comments made against Prophet Muhammad. Qatar has now welcomed the suspension of Nupur Sharma from the Saffron Party. Meanwhile, Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif also waded into the controversy, condemning the remarks. Obviously, of course, it's taken with a pinch of salt, considering that the Pakistan Prime Minister has never spoken out about religious minorities in Pakistan facing unprecedented violence and discrimination. On Friday, clashes broke out in Kanpur also as two groups threw stones at each other over a call to shut down markets in protest against Nupur's statement made in the context of the controversy over the Gyanvapi issue.
कि खुद नाखुश कार्यकर्ता कभी आपके ऊपर चप्पल उठा रहे हैं, गिरा रहे हैं, कभी आपके ऊपर सियाही फेंक रहे हैं.
One of the BJP's most known faces on national television.
That you need to nip this exercise.
Known for articulating BJP's stand on crucial national issues.
Report and the survey being conducted by the ASI as per the orders of the lower court.
The National Party's most outspoken voice, Nupur Sharma, getting the axe from her party over her remarks on the Prophet Muhammad during a television debate, which sparked violence by a mob in Kanpur. The BJP deciding to expel Nupur Sharma and relieve her of all party responsibilities pending an inquiry, making it clear that the BJP respects all religions and does not approve bad-mouthing of any religious figure.
सर्वधर्म संभाव तो हमारी नीति है.
सर, नुपुर शर्मा और नवीन जिंदल को एक्सपेल कर दिया, इस पे क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
और दीजिए.
आखिरी सवाल, इस पे क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
सॉरी
Nupur Sharma claimed that she was receiving rape and murder threats from the Islamic radicals. With her statement now, she's clarified she did not want to insult anyone and that she reacted because she was upset over constant insult to Lord Shiva in a television debate. But now she takes back her words if it has hurt religious sentiment. But the Bharatiya Janata Party faced flack both from its followers and detractors over axing of Nupur Sharma. BJP supporters slammed penal action against Nupur, accusing the BJP of throwing her to the wolves, calling it an appeasement of Islamists. Political rivals said the BJP is paying for hatred politics.
इन लोगों की प्राइमरी मेंबरशिप को सिर्फ सस्पेंड ही नहीं करना चाहिए था, इनको हमेशा के लिए पार्टी से निकाला जाना चाहिए था.
The BJP is said to have removed Nupur Sharma following outrage in the Arab world, but in doing so, it may have upset a large section of its own party supporters who are openly backing the axed spokesperson. With Tejashree Purandare, Bureau Report, India Today.
So, crackdown by the BJP against Nupur Sharma in the face of a lot of protests, not just in India, but globally as well. Now that the decision has been taken by the Bharatiya Janata Party, several countries, Gulf countries like Bahrain, Qatar, etc., have welcomed the move. Let's take this across to Ashutosh Mishra for more details on this. Ashutosh, good morning. There's been endless outrage over the comments made by Nupur Sharma. Now, after the suspension order, she's also apologized for the comments made. But the reason for the BJP actually taking the step nearly a week after the comments were made was simply because of the fact that there was international pressure also on the party.
Absolutely. I remember in the past, several accusations on several other BJP leaders were also came that how, they were making provocative statements, also objectionable statements. But it was the international pressure that perhaps forced the BJP to take the action. Now, very interestingly, if you see the MEA press release that says the strong action against those who made the statement, were taken. And clearly the action was taken by the party, not the state. So far, we do not know whether any legal action has even been initiated. It is only the suspension following the investigation by the party, as the statement by the MEA the BJP press release says, and also the MEA says the strong action has been taken. But clearly, looking at the reactions that are coming from Kuwait, Qatar, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, that seems to be the government was on back foot, and perhaps the strong press release was even at extent that calling, the statement those who made a fringe element. That is something really very substantial. That is very significant. Perhaps first time such action in last 8 years have been taken by the government or the BJP, particularly when there are several charges against several BJP leaders for making provocative statements.
But has it really helped, Ashutosh? What has been the reaction since from some of the Gulf countries, some of the Arab countries who in the first place had condemned, summoned Indian envoys over the comments by Nupur Sharma?
And all those envoys, including the Ministry of External Affairs of India, has conveyed the message that what action the government has taken, including the suspension from the party, and those messages have been conveyed to the respective government, who has reacted very harsh on this particular the statement that were made by two BJP leaders, including on social media, including on a private channel. So clearly now we have to see further whether there are further reactions are coming in, because what we have been reading, there have been boycott of the Indian products in the Gulf country, in the Middle East countries, and that perhaps could have deteriorated this situation. Remember, the India really shares of good faith, good value with these Middle East countries, and clearly,
right,
when there could be possibly some repercussion on the Indo-Middle East countries' relationship, this action perhaps, and also conveyed by the Indian government, will build up the faith, will continue the faith between these countries with India.
That's right. Nupur Sharma's comment essentially dented India's relations with several Gulf, with several Arab countries, and that's what's prompted this step by the BJP. Thanks, Ashutosh, for joining us this morning with those details.